Today, on the Mallorca podcast, I have the best Mallorca Insider I could possibly get.
Oh,
I'm so happy that you're in the studio with me today because it's been a long time coming, and I know it's a big deal because you're such a bloody pro. So welcome to the show, Jan Edwards. I've actually written down a few points because I don't want to miss anything out, and I don't normally. I just normally like riff, but this you're a proper journalist. I've got to do it properly.
Oh well, thank you.
Here we go. Jan is a former commercial and BBC radio presenter from the UK. She hosted shows in Oxfordshire and Birmingham before relocating to Mallorca in 2004. Since moving to rural Mallorca, she has written extensively for magazines, newspapers and radio, and she also runs two popular blogs, Eat, Drink, Sink Mallorca, focusing on food, drink, hotels and gastronomy, and Living in Rural Mallorca, documenting daily life and rural experiences on the island. She's also an author. Her debut novel, Daughter of Deià, was published in 2021, followed by a sequel, The Mallorca Cat Cafe, this summer 2025, and she's currently working on a third novel and a memoir. I'm doing all right so far.
You're doing pretty well there. Doesn't sound like me. Makes me sound quite impressive.
Also, Jan has experience in hotel PR in London and continues to write with a keen interest in the hospitality industry, especially about local eateries, wines and travel experiences on the island of Mallorca. In her private life, she is a devoted cat enthusiast, and she and her partner Richard, who's affectionately known as the Boss, opened their finca to many feral and abandoned cats over the years. So, Jan has produced and presented shows such as Table Talk on Mallorca Sunshine Radio as well. She now hosts two podcasts, Living in Rural Mallorca and Authors in Mallorca, in which she interviews authors living on the island. She's also, apart from everything else, a jolly good egg and a very good friend of mine. And welcome.
What a cracking introduction to use the egg. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just so happy to have you.
Oh, thank you. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Finally got you in.
I know we've known each other for so long.
I think I moved in 2004.
Yeah, we did too, yeah.
We were part of the exodus from the UK, weren't we?
We were.
Sod that for a game of soldiers. We're out. Yeah.
And life is very different here in Mallorca, 21 years on.
It really has changed, though, in that time as well, don't you think?
Yes,
living
it has.
here has changed.
It's
the whole
changed.
thing is crept up on me, that's for sure. Can you remember where we met?
Oh, I think we met when we were talking about a magazine.
Yeah.
That you
me
were
and Ollie
editing.
were doing a magazine, and
Yes.
you and Diane Foden, rest in peace, were doing columns in it, weren't you?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, we
And in
never
fact,
had the money or anything to pay you.
That's all right, fine. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I'll do anything for fun, more or less.
True, actually. Hence why you're here. Right, describe in Mallorca where you live, please, because although we've known each other for a really long time, we've never actually been to each other's house.
No, we haven't, and you really must change that because we live in a very peaceful area, and I know you're a very busy couple, and I think, an hour or so of chilling out at Can Pastor would be rather nice. We live between Manacor and Colònia, Pere. So we're in a valley. We're at the end of Savai, which is where a lot of the food produce is grown in Mallorca. And in fact, it's also where there was a big fire a week or so ago. It was the other end of the valley.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah. Everybody was okay. There's been quite a bit of damage. A lot of palm trees were burnt, but no property. But it was a scary reminder of how vulnerable you are in the countryside. So our house is very rural. We have very few neighbours. Most of them are part-time because they're holiday homes. So it's quite remote, but it's beautiful, very, very beautiful, very peaceful. And yeah, I love it. We love it. We've been there 21 years.
But you live there all year round. You're not part-timers, are you?
No. All year round. Rarely leave the island. I go and visit my dad now. He's in a home in the UK, but very rarely. We love it here.
And what brought it? Why did you come to Mallorca? What brought the idea to your head? What was the genesis of the idea?
Well, Richard had retired when he was 50.
Hang on a minute.
Lucky man.
What did Richard do?
worked for NatWest in head office,
well
and he ran
done,
a
Richard.
department. He ran a department there, which in a restructuring exercise was merged with another one, which meant they had 2 managers for one department. And he was offered the chance to take early retirement with a very good package. So he said yes. We talked about it. And he said yes, because I was getting up at 3:30 for work.
You're mad.
Yeah, and he was getting up at 5 o'clock to get to London. So it was a bit of a no-brainer. He said, no, I don't really want to keep doing this. I'm quite happy to be at home. So his mum died. He's an only child. His mum died and left him a little bit of money. And we thought, wouldn't it be nice to have a home overseas? And we loved Spain. We'd been to Spain. But we also loved Mallorca. But both of us had been separately. We came once together, but we decided we couldn't really afford Mallorca because it was quite expensive for our budget. But he was online while I was working my socks off at the BBC. He was online looking for properties, and I came home one day and he said, I found some properties we could look at that we could afford. So
Did your heart go?
Yeah, it did a bit. I didn't want to give up work, but he was talking about a holiday home then. So we came over for 4 days, one April, and had a look around, and we saw some dross. Oh my goodness, did we see some really bad places?
Yes.
But then on the last day, just as we were about to give up, in fact, Richard said, should we just not bother with this appointment and go and have a good lunch before we go home? And the lady who'd arranged it, who I don't think is here anymore, she was Scottish, and she'd been so helpful that we said, I said, no, let's go and see this house. She's been really helpful. So we went, and as soon as I drove through the gate, I went, this is it.
Poetry.
Oh, it was.
It's
It
like
was
a movie.
It was like love at first sight. And that was before we realised there wasn't any electricity, no phone, no.
You're off grid.
Off grid.
Are you still off grid?
We are. We have solar panels. We have 16 solar panels. We have a septic tank. We have a generator for when the sun doesn't shine, which isn't that often. So we're off grid. And we have water delivered in a tanker.
When we bought our house in Saraco, which is not in a remote... I mean, Saraco is not remote. It's in a nice little village, but it's not like miles and miles away from anything. I was quite surprised to discover after we bought the house that it didn't have any water.
Who needs it?
No, we'd need to get it delivered. So every sort of 6 weeks we have to get a tanker of water delivered.
Yeah,
because we're not on the mains.
Yeah.
And actually our poop goes into a hole and we don't know where that goes, actually.
Nice.
Well, we just never... The question never came up. I'm just touching
Any neighbours listening who've got really good roses?
Yes, very, very fruitful at the end of the garden there.
Yeah, we did have a horrible septic tank, sort of concrete block. It's still there, actually. It's quite close to the house. And it was fine, and there was never any sign of anything wrong. And then we had some visitors, and we were having breakfast with them on the terrace. And I thought, what's that? A little sniff. And I looked at Richard, and his little nose was twitching. And I thought, oh, God, we've got a problem. And our friends didn't notice, but we went and investigated. But when they were off brushing their teeth, we went and had a look, and it was leaking, this thing. I thought, So we very quickly had to get a more modern, big yellow thing installed, which has to be emptied every 18 months or so.
I think ours is called a soakaway.
Oh, right.
Whatever that is. Still don't need to know.
Shall we change the subject?
Let's change the subject. So, I mean, apart from having to be totally self-sufficient, what kind of, when you moved here, when you came on holiday here, was it just that was the plan? It wasn't the plan to live here?
Not initially. That was a sort of thing for the future. And I probably would still be at the BBC, I guess, because I loved it. But a couple of things happened. One was that my mum got pancreatic cancer, and she actually came out and saw the house before we moved here. She hated it, I think. She never said. But my mum always loved brand new houses. So, of course, when she came to our house and saw the non-existent kitchen, one fridge freezer, which was a gas-operated thing.
Wow.
That stank. And then there was a sink and a pine shelf, and that was about it.
Did she shudder?
She did. She was very diplomatic, actually. Talked about nice garden, but it wasn't a garden even.
Oh, but that was nice that she didn't. She kept her opinions to herself.
Yeah,
then.
yeah. She came out in the November, and she died early January, so it was quite, wasn't long. So after she died, it was quite difficult. She died in the January, and I left the BBC in April. But it became a little bit difficult for me to be cheerful every day. And, I was always quite bubbly. I managed to keep my work life and my personal life separate. But that was quite a difficult one.
Yeah.
I would have got through that, but then we had a change of managing editor, which is the title for the boss. And the guy who had employed me was a lovely guy. Really nice, very BBC, very traditional. And then they brought in this Italian, half English guy, young, dynamic, wanted to make lots of changes, just literally. And I just didn't like him. I didn't like the things that he was doing. And I just thought, I was on a contract every year. So when my contract was coming up for renewal, I thought, I think I might leave. Then we can move.
Yeah.
So I told them I wouldn't renew my contract. And then they said, well, could you stay on longer until we find somebody? So I stayed a bit longer. Meanwhile, Richard was packing up the house and organising everything. So that was the catalyst for making the move.
Yeah.
And also, I think we realised that when you've got a rural property like ours, you need to be there all the time, because if you're not, things stop working. I think they feel unloved. I think there's a thing about rural buildings, that they feel unloved. And something goes, right, I'll show you for leaving me so long. Next time you come, this won't be working. It felt like that. Felt like our house had a personality.
So did it feel like a big step to move country, or were you ready for it?
It was a huge step, actually. I was ready for it because of my personal circumstances, but it was such a change for me. We lived in a village before, and I had lived in towns. So it was a complete change to be living in the countryside and not to be able to see cars lined up parked down the road. So it was a huge change, and to have things like tortoises and rabbits in the garden, which was brilliant.
Yes.
But it was a big change, and it changed my life. I mean, I never now wear high heels. And I always wore high heels.
Were you a bit of a clicker before?
Yeah, I was a little bit. Yeah, and I,
Did
I was
you wiggle?
Always, probably. It's hard not to when you've got hips like mine. So yeah, it was just a whole change for me, a whole change of lifestyle, and I loved it, and I still do love it, actually.
Is that why you started writing the blog?
Yes. Well, actually, while I started writing the blog.
Me?
Yeah, because I wrote that column for your little magazine.
That's true. Yeah.
And I really enjoyed doing it. And then when you said the magazine was closing, you said to me, you should start a blog.
I did, didn't I?
You did?
I did.
So I thought, that's quite a good idea, actually. So I started the blog.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And that's how it all began. And it's been sort of on hold for a while.
Yeah.
I need to get back on it. But the reason for that is that I'm writing a memoir about moving to Mallorca.
Perfect.
One day it'll get finished.
I think that everybody's got a book in them, haven't they?
I think they have, yeah. And I think the difficult thing for a lot of people is they don't believe they can do it.
Yeah.
Because you can have all the ideas in your head, and when you come to sitting at a keyboard or picking up a pen, your head goes empty. But I think most people could do it if they sit down and just imagine that they're doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
And then
write like you speak.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, you can edit all sorts of things, but you can't edit nothing.
I think that's true. I think like the fear of like writing things down. It's like if you write stuff down and you're judging yourself as you write, you're blocking yourself.
That's
when
right.
actually you just need to just get it down. You can always fix it later.
Let it all out.
What do they say? Done is better than perfect.
Absolutely. You can do the perfect or almost perfect later.
Yeah, and that's what editors are for.
Yeah.
Or rewrites. And if you don't get the stuff down in the first place.
Yeah, you can't work with nothing.
I walk around with loads of books in my head all the time, especially if I've been like irritated by something. A book will come out in my head. I'll be writing it in my head as I'm driving along in the car. Like it'll be like a revenge story about something. But I think it's like, it still takes a lot of consistency to actually like start from page 1, word 1 to the end, doesn't it? So
It does. It does.
You know,
it's a discipline.
Self-belief and consistency.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've got the self-belief, but I've got the discipline.
You would be book 3, Jan. Come on.
I know. People keep saying, getting reviews saying, looking forward to book 3. I'm thinking, no pressure.
So how's, because we actually have done an interview before about the books. And if you want to listen to that, you can go listen to that episode, which I don't know the number of, but I'll tell you about it later. But at the time, the Mallorca Cat Cafe had just been released, hadn't it?
Yes.
What's the response been to that book?
It's been pretty good. I've had some nice reviews.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Yes. It's hard with Amazon because there are so many books on Amazon. The difficult thing is getting visibility. And if you're self-published, you really need to do a lot of marketing. And for marketing your own stuff, you need not to be one of these people that goes, well, I can't do that. You know, people think I'm boasting. It's really tough.
Yeah.
Really tough to do. But I will need, once summer's over and the heat's over, I shall probably start doing a bit more serious marketing.
And that's to kind of increase visibility for those books?
Yes, because people can't find them easily because of the way Amazon is structured and all these books that people are writing on AI. There's so many books on there now. It's really difficult to get visibility. So I have to keep checking my keywords. This won't mean anything to anybody who hasn't tried to publish a book. But keywords and categories and things.
Yeah.
So these are all key things if you are trying to self-publish a book on Amazon.
Because that's what, I mean, like getting a bit nerdy about Amazon, but that the way that Amazon kind of suggests books to potential readers, I remember back in the day, when Amazon first started, Ollie and I were like, wow, it knows that I like this band, and wow, it knows that I like that. It's suggesting a book that I've already read. How does it know this? I mean, the algorithms that are in there are very clever, so you just need to like constantly be pointing it at your ideal reader, don't you?
Yes, you do. And there's a skill to that. And if you, like me, I like writing. I'm not particularly fond of trying to keep up with algorithms and all the other things that are involved.
But for me, it's like problem solving. It's a strategy to it, you know, and if you can think about it from like that, how do I get from A to Z?
Yes.
I find that kind of stuff, actually, I'm very interested in that. But that's me.
Maybe I shall employ you to market my book.
Well, let's talk. I think the Readers and Writers group, I think probably a lot of people in there can give you a lot of advice. But in the end, it's just as much about, when you're marketing anything, it's just as much about consistency as writing the book.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And self-belief. Possibly more.
Possibly more.
You have to actually get out there and go, hey, this is my book, you should read it.
Yeah, I'm happy. I feel quite proud of the book, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's a good story. It's not full of mistakes. And funnily enough, it's so hard, isn't it?
None of the characters' names changed halfway through?
No, their eye colours are the same all the way through, which is something that often happens, apparently, with debut writers, is that characteristics change part through the book. So those are the sort of things to watch out for.
Okay. Tell me about Eat, Sleep, Drink, Mallorca, because that was another... Did I get the wrong one? Wait, Eat, Drink, Sleep, Mallorca.
Yeah.
Did that? That's another blog, though, isn't it? It's not the same one as Rural Mallorca.
It's a separate blog, and I'm still doing that.
And where did that begin?
Do you know, that's quite a long time ago.
You thought, I've got the hang of one blog.
Yeah, I think I'll do another.
Stick another one in there.
Well, I think it's because I've always enjoyed eating out, and I've always enjoyed hospitality in that side, which goes back to my hotel days.
Yeah.
So, I think I must have just thought, there are some good restaurants here.
Yeah,
let's go out and try a few and write about them, and hotels as well.
Because you're over in the east, which is completely, it took you more than an hour to get here today.
Yeah.
Which just gives people, everyone thinks if they're not been to the island, it's not that big. But it's still an hour's drive away, which is considerable when you think you're not sitting in any traffic jams. No, you might have been this morning with the airport.
A little bit.
But, it's quite it's a schlep, You know, it's not like you're sitting in a traffic jam for 10 miles or whatever. It's quite a way away. So it's that's a whole other, I mean, that sounds like a whole other country over there to me. Like, I don't know your area at all. And I think the things that you write about, especially the really fancy restaurants, I mean, like, there's no chance of me going to those fancy ones, like, unless somebody was paying me to go, which of course I'll be straight over, thanks. But I think that you look at the restaurants, the ones that I've read about anyway, that with quite a fair and honest eye. You're not just kind of like bigging them up. You're actually writing from a journalist point of view rather than from a marketing or PR point of view, which, you know, is possible because sometimes you see food writers or journalists, people that are writing for newspapers, and they're writing about an advertiser. So they have to write a nice review, don't they? Whether the food sucked or not. Yeah. Whereas when you're a blogger, you can do, you know, there's actually like a level of authenticity there that maybe you're not going to get.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. When I worked for a certain magazine on the island writing restaurant reviews, some of the restaurants we reviewed were advertisers. So I take your point, it's quite difficult to be brutally honest if you're going somewhere and having a free meal.
Yeah.
And that person is advertising with that publication. Mm-hmm. I choose not to. You won't find really bad reviews because, as far as I'm concerned, I think a restaurant can have a bad day.
Oh, yeah.
So I would always, if I was going to write a bad review, it would be somewhere I'd been to several times. And I wouldn't go back, to be honest. I think, you know, you vote with your feet as a diner. If you have a bad experience, don't go back. But if you're a reviewer and you have a bad experience and you're expected to review that place, then go back another time or two to make sure that things have improved.
Yeah.
We've got lots of choice on this island.
We have got a bunch. I mean, how many 5-star or Michelin star restaurants have we got?
Oof,
7, 8?
I think 8. Yeah, I think yes. I've lost count actually.
And is it in the autumn that the stars come out?
November.
In
November the stars come out. I don't know whether there'll be any changes this year. Last year, of course, Adrian Keklas lost his, which was a shock.
How do you lose a star? Darling.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's, again, somebody turns up and maybe there was a bad day. And I don't think with Michelin that they will come twice to a place just to check. I guess if they come, they haven't got the time. So, yeah, I think it's tough to lose a star, but some people give it up. Look at Tomeo Caldente, who is, he had a Michelin star. I think he's got his star in 2004. Lovely restaurant, now in Sakoma. It has moved a couple of times. So he moved his restaurant to Sakoma, and it's in a building which is part of the Pro Tour, one of the Pro Tour hotels.
Oh, yeah.
And he decided to give back the star.
Why?
Because he wanted to let go of what he called the golden shackles.
Oh, I totally get that.
Having to meet certain standards. What he wanted to do was to feed people good food at a reasonable price. And he's in his element now. He's still in the same building. He's still got an open kitchen. You can sit at the counter.
What's the name of this place?
It's Tomeo Caldente Cuiner.
Cuiner. How do I spell that?
Cuiner.
Oh, I'm trying to go with a Q. Cuiner.
E-R. It's Catalan for cook.
And what's the food like?
Food's lovely. He does tasting menus. I think there's 3 different levels. But during lunchtime, he has a different concept, which is in another part of the restaurant, called Bar Tomeo. And that is about €20, €22 a head for a menu del dia. And then the end, it's very basic. You know, he's there in his T-shirt and his pinny, and brings the food out to him, puts it down.
When are we going?
You come and visit me, and then we'll go. And all the drinks are at one end, and you help yourself.
To drinks?
I know. I mean, the British people
That's dangerous.
Shouldn't really promote this to British people. Because you go there, and then when you come to pay the bill at the end, you tell them how many drinks you've had.
Oh. Bit like pinchos when you take the sticks out.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Wave your sticks. So, yeah, it is great.
Where is that?
This is in Sakoma.
Okay, so that's near you.
It's near us.
So that's kind of near local.
Near enough. It's about half an hour away.
Do you walk in and he goes, "Hey, Jan"?
We've known each other for a long time.
First name terms.
Yes.
How nice.
Yeah. We've known each other for a long time.
Okay, so that's a great recommendation.
Yeah. And actually, there's another one. I mean, Sakoma as a resort.
Yeah, I don't know it at all.
No, it's a resort, family resort.
A touristy place.
Typical touristy
Shut down
place.
in the winter, that kind of thing. Yeah.
It has got a very nice, between Sakoma and Calamayor, there is a natural, it's a kind of a nature reserve. It's a headland that's very beautiful.
In the nature, as
In
they
the
say.
nature, yes. Sakoma doesn't do much for me, but it's got two good restaurants. It's got Tomeo Caldente, and then one we discovered not very long ago.
Oh, she's got her notebook out.
Yeah. I made a few notes, called Esmoli.
Oh, the windmill.
And it's a windmill. It's right by a big flashy supermarket thing.
Yeah.
But the food is very good, and they have excellent steaks. They do a tasting menu, and it's nice. It's got a terrace, and if you can ignore the resort around you, it's worth going to.
But that's not got an ex-Michelin star chef in it.
No, I can't remember where he was before, but he's a good steak. Chef. Good steak, yeah. He's got one of those meat cabinets for aging steaks.
Oh, you know what? I've got to say, I've been a vegetarian. I've almost been a vegan, and I find it really hard to not love a steak. I mean, they are
good steak.
It's delicious, but I don't get it why people go on about the aging of it. I don't like it.
It doesn't look so appealing when it's raw.
No, brown.
Yeah. You wouldn't buy it like that in a shop or in a supermarket, would you? You'd just go, no, not for me.
I don't like the flavour, though, when it's actually cooked. I don't like the aged flavour.
Right.
I mean, does that make me strange?
No, I don't think that's strange, no.
Okay.
I don't eat a lot of beef, I must admit. I don't eat a huge amount of meat, but there are some places where it's worth having a steak.
And it's Esmoli.
Esmoli, yeah.
Cool.
And there is actually a windmill there, an old windmill. And the thing I love about that restaurant is that it's got a little garden. It's in a resort. It's got a garden where they grow their own vegetables.
Oh, that's really nice.
And I love places like that.
There's quite a few places that have picked up on that vibe, actually. There's one in Palmanova called the Olive Tree.
Oh, yes.
Or the Olive Garden. I always get it
Olive
mixed up.
Tree.
And they have their own like a allotment, kind of. Like their own little finca where they grow a lot of their veg.
Yeah, that's to be applauded.
I think so too, and it's like it's actually kind of a nice thing for the restaurant and the diners to know you're eating something that's been grown locally.
Yeah. No, I'm fully in favour of anything like that.
I mean, how would you before you came to Mallorca? Did you know what the Mallorcan food scene was like?
No, not really. I probably wouldn't have come.
2004, it wasn't much, was it?
No,
it's come on a bit.
It has come on a lot. When we first moved here, the previous owners of our finca, who were a lovely couple from Edinburgh, they left us a list of recommended restaurants, which I thought was really kind. Some of them were okay. Most of them no longer exist. One of them in Felonich we still go to, but it's been through 2 changes of hands since then. But we struggled. There was Canmark, which is famous in Manacor. It's 100 years old this year.
Oh, okay.
So it's definitely worth a visit this year.
I've heard about it.
Yeah. Miguel Gelabout is the chef, not the Miguel Gelabout who produces wine. And his brother Tolo and Tolo's wife are front of house. It's lovely. It's a very nice restaurant, does lunch and dinner. Very popular at lunchtime. You do have to book. But it is a Manacor icon.
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping, because Miguel Gelabout is now 60, I'm just hoping he's not thinking of retiring because he doesn't have children.
Oh.
So fingers crossed. Go this year just in case.
Oh.
So that was about the only good restaurant. And then we know a chef called Stefan Schmeng, a German guy who's a private chef now. And he opened a restaurant, which thrilled us because they did a tasting menu of 5 courses for €25. Beautiful food, really nice food. And we went a few times. And then we went one day and he said, I'm going to close it because The locals were coming in. I don't want 5 courses. Can I have 3?
And pay 15?
And I don't want wine. I'll have Fanta or a Coca-Cola. So in the end, he realised that the market wasn't there. So he's still keen to open a restaurant. Opened one in a pretty grotty area, actually, of Manacor. Sorry, Manacor, I love you. I do love Manacor, actually. But this was not a great area. And it was called Patatop. And everything on the menu was made with potatoes, even the desserts.
Oh.
And yeah, it was really interesting. We got invited to the opening party, and it was full of Mallorcans, and they were all going around going, "There's no sobrasada, no hay sobrasada."
No hay sobrasada.
So
¿Dónde está?
This isn't going to last very long, and it didn't. He's doing really well as a private chef.
I like the fact he's inventive, though.
I know.
But somebody maybe should have a little chat with him about reality.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's often the case, actually, with restaurants. But now we have some great restaurants. We have a little place with a couple where she does all the cooking, and they make the best chips ever.
Oh, really? How come?
And they serve natural wines.
Sorry, go back to the best chips.
The best chips. Oh, so good.
Why are they the best chips?
Well, they're just crisp and fluffy on the inside, and they put some sort of spicing on the outside, I think. But they're all homemade. Everything's homemade. Short menu. It's a really lovely little place, but again, you have to book it up quite early. And a recent addition is a place called Manacor, which is an authentic Peruvian restaurant. And that's doing very well. That's a nice restaurant. One of my favourite places, and I have to praise this place, is Terra Gust.
I've heard a lot about Terra Gust.
Terra Gust. Do you know, this year, when the Restaurant Association and restaurant owners have been saying, "Oh, we're having a bad year, we're having a bad year," this place has been full 6 nights a week, 50 people, 50 diners, and they pay 55 euros a head.
Oh, it's a set menu?
4-course set menu. So think how easy that is for them to manage.
It's easier for the chefs, yeah, definitely.
Easy for the chefs. They all come in at the same time.
No waste.
No waste, yeah. I think it's a fantastic business concept. We went last week for a 5th or 6th time, I think. It's just lovely. It's a lovely experience. We were eating, the vineyards with the last of the grapes hanging down, the ones that hadn't been picked.
Are you eating outside?
Eating outside. You go to a farm. There's a farm
I'm
somewhere.
definitely going there.
Oh, you have to. In the middle of September, they revert to lunches because it's dinners only at the moment. But in the middle of September, they start doing lunches.
Too hot for lunch.
Yeah. But it's not so busy in September.
Ollie and I are going to take a couple of days off at some point, and we were like, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? So
come and look at the northeast of Mallorca. This little quadrant above Manacor.
The forgotten lump.
It is. There's some fantastic places to eat.
Yeah.
So
Terra Gust then.
Terra Gust.
Check that out. Write it down now.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a fan. And if you like the concept of fresh food, everything they do is from Mallorca. All the food's from Mallorca. 75% of it comes from around Manacor, and the rest is elsewhere in Mallorca. But so it's a genuine, authentic Mallorcan experience.
What kind of dishes could you expect to eat there? Give me, if you can think of any, an example.
It starts with a compose your own pan bolli. So they make their own bread. In their premises, they have a baker, a little bakery.
You had me at hello.
Hello. And they've got, the bread is made with shaisha wheat, which is the recovered old variety wheat. Beautiful bread, lovely crust. And then you get a plate to share of sausages, different types of cold cuts, ramayette tomatoes, the ones that hang up, pickles, cheese. So you make your own pan bolli, that's the first course. Last week we had this amazing cold melon soup.
That must
not
have been
watermelon.
nice.
Yeah, it was so refreshing. And it had little balls of melon in it and some confit tomato. And then it had some crisped ham, little pieces of crisped ham. So there was texture in it. It was delicious.
Crispy bits.
Yeah, I wanted the recipe, but they weren't giving it away.
I'm not surprised.
And then we had quite a thick piece of beef that had been slow cooked.
Ooh, so
it was really
buttery.
tender. And then that was served with new potatoes and leeks in a creamy sauce. And it was super, with almonds, always lots of almonds.
Yeah.
So that was delicious. And then a panna cotta, with stewed sautéed figs and a little crumble on the top. And then you get coffee.
Sounds delicious.
And then you get yerbas. And this is all for €55. And some nights of the week they have someone playing music.
I'd hand my earbus over to Ollie. It's like, that's loopy juice, that stuff, to be honest. we can't keep it in the house. Because that's Ollie loves earbus.
Does he?
Oh my God.
Well, this Terragoost make their own, and it's absolutely delicious.
There's a restaurant in Cap Deià called Bar Now that if you're on the right side of them, when they say, do you want yerbas? And you go, yeah, they just bring you the bottle and leave it on the table. And it's the same thing. It's like homemade.
How
and
brave.
It's petrol. It's really like, if I say, Ollie will look at me and go, are you driving? I'm like, yeah, all right.
Sadly, I'm always driving. But
yeah,
never
sorry
mind.
about that, girl.
So if anyone wants
Well,
to
I can
invite
drive
me...
you.
Oh, yeah. So if anyone wants to invite me anywhere, I'm not going to drink a lot of booze, so...
But you're also writing about places where you can stay.
Yes.
So, I mean, like, you must be... How do you get around all these places? Because you've been to some beautiful hotels.
We have, and I have been lucky to have been invited to a few. But we don't go on holiday here. We never go on holiday. We've got cats. It's quite difficult. We can only manage to do one night away. We always have a night away for our anniversary in February.
February the 14th, is it not?
Yes, it is February the 14th, and that's a
You
bit of
old romantics.
challenging time of year to go away. But so we always go away for our anniversary. We always go away for Richard's birthday,
Which is when?
Tomorrow. No,
Oh.
sorry, Thursday.
Oh, happy birthday, Richard.
Thank you, Thursday. And we always go, I think for the past 11 years, we've been to El Coto in Colònia Sant Jordi.
El Coto.
El Coto.
And?
It is also known as the Wine Hotel. They have an extremely good cellar with about 400 labels.
Wow.
Yeah. The owner, Pep, or Jose, is very, very interested in wine. He doesn't actually drink, as far as I know. He tastes, but he doesn't drink. And it's a lovely family. He's Spanish, his wife is Swiss. And it's one of these places, every year we go back and go, I hope it's going to be okay. I hope it hasn't changed.
Oh.
But I had a very nice little email from the owner the other day saying they were looking forward to seeing us again.
How
which
cute.
I thought was really nice. And they do a residence offer, even at this time of the year.
How much is it going to cost then?
It's going to cost €370.
For a night?
For the room, the breakfast and dinner.
Oh, okay, so that's everything in.
Yeah, everything.
And the wine?
Not the wine. Crap. So it's a treat. I always treat Richard on his birthday.
I'm going to ask, what do we do for your birthday, though?
Well, we go somewhere else. I mean, usually we go to a hotel on the island. Last year we actually went to a hotel in Menorca.
Oh,
in
pushing out the
Mahon.
boat.
Mahon, yeah. Well, not the boat, the aeroplane. Pushing out the aeroplane.
You flew?
Yeah.
Why didn't you drive?
I don't know, really. We just thought we'd get there quickly.
Yeah.
And also in November, the sea can be a bit rough.
Bumpy, yes.
And I'm not very good on rough seas.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
And if it's one night, it'll probably take me 24 hours to recover.
I've got to say, though, weren't you eyeing the sky for a while? Were you not the girl in the helicopter?
I was, yeah.
So
and I had no problems in the
travel
helicopter.
tummy problems?
I know. It's the sea.
Oh, right. Fair enough.
I'm fine in the air. And we had some pretty bumpy days. I mean, we had passengers in the back who were sort of sponsors
Sick.
and advertisers on the radio, and they were sometimes sick, which was not very pleasant because you were sitting there going...
And a bit embarrassing for them too.
Yeah, yeah.
We're like, I want to get off this ride. And you're like, no, we've got to do the travel news.
Yeah, we've got another 45 minutes to go. But most people were okay.
Yeah.
So we had a very good pilot.
So you're going to El Coto this week then?
Yes, yes. So looking forward to that.
And where's that? You said Colònia Sant Jordi.
Yes, yeah.
So pretty much always you're going in the north and the east. You don't ever venture over to the south?
Oh yes, yes. We used to stay quite often at Castell Sant Claret.
That's fancy.
Fancy. It's got a little bit too expensive for us now.
Yeah.
You know.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
What's the name of what's the chef's name there?
Jordi Canto.
Wasn't there a Z?
Zaranda.
That's it.
Zaranda is
that the restaurant?
That was Fernando Arellano's Michelin star restaurant. It's his own restaurant.
Oh, right.
He moved it from Madrid. He came to the Hilton in Llucmajor, and then he moved to Castells-en-Claret, and now he's in Palma es Príncipe.
Oh, he's moved.
He's moved, and I have to say I haven't been since he's moved.
Right.
So Michelin star restaurants now are a little bit beyond my budget. So if any of them want to invite me, I'm fine.
Well, let's see what we can do. Because it's like important to kind of like acknowledge that going to these kind of places is pricey.
It
and
is.
For a regular person living and working in Mallorca, that's kind of outside of their budget.
Yeah,
isn't
it is. It's very much, now the prices seem to be aimed towards the rich visitors, sadly, which is a shame because I love going to Michelin-style restaurants. I have been to them all at some stage in the past, but not recently.
No.
And I should say, having moved Zaranda to Palma, there is a Michelin-starred restaurant at Castells-en-Claret still. So Jordi Canto is in charge of that.
Okay. Let's talk about drinking.
I don't do much of that.
But eating and sleeping, we've got covered. But
Yes.
you're still writing. You must know quite a lot of the Mallorcan wine producers.
Yes, yeah, we don't. What I have been intending to do, but life has been getting in the way somewhat, is go and visit a few more bodegas, which we haven't done for a while. But there are some very good bodegas on the island, and it's interesting that there are quite a few with women in charge.
There are.
And one of the ones I love is Mesquita Mora in
She's
Pereira.
cool. I've never met her. I just love her look.
Barbara's just
She's
most...
the one with the cool glasses, isn't she?
I don't know how many pairs of glasses she's got. I suspect in her house, where some people might have a walk-in wardrobe, I think she's got a walk-in glasses room.
Does she speak English?
Oh, she does, yeah. She used to teach Catalan, but she's lovely. She is a lovely, lovely person. And what she does in the summer, they've got it looks a bit like a porter cabin type thing. And you can go there in the evening and have a drink and some tapas.
A porter cabin type thing?
Yeah,
Did you just
sort
say
of
that?
thing.
That doesn't sound very attractive.
No, it doesn't. It's just like a cube. It's called El Cub.
El Cubo.
No, they call it Es Cub. She's very into Mallorca.
The box.
So it's on the site where the winery is in Pereiras, which itself is outside Pereiras and so lovely. So you can go there and have tapas and wine in the evening. And at weekends they do jazz as well.
Huh.
So that's well worth checking out. I don't know how much longer it will happen, of course, because here we are, approaching the end of summer. But that's well worth going to see. And actually I have a really nice winery near to my house.
Which one?
Sonsereda Rick.
I've not heard of this one.
They only do red wine. It's organic. They do about 4 wines, quite expensive, but a lovely couple. And they also are a duo. They go and play, and I think he plays the guitar, and Carme sings. So they do performances.
Cool.
And then it's a beautiful, beautiful finca. So
how do you decide that a wine is good in your opinion? Like, apart from it doesn't taste like vinegar,
that'll do. If I don't want to spit it out, that's good. I once went on when I worked in hotels. We once went to France to take a wine waiter of the year. He'd won this prize, and a few of us managed to, because we were in PR, had to organise all sorts of stuff to go with it. So we went along, and of course we had to go to places, posh wineries in France, where they expect you to sip and spit it out.
Spit it out. Oh, that's a waste of good wine.
Well, it was a waste of good wine. It was a waste of a white skirt too, because I missed the bucket. So I never spit. If I don't like it, I won't have a second glass. But I like something that feels... There's somebody you really should talk to about wines.
Who?
Amy Dunn.
Oh, who's Amy Dunn?
Amy Dunn, she runs something called Tasting with Amy, and she does tasting tours and tasting events. She knows so much about wine.
I'd love to talk to her.
Absolutely lovely.
Because you know the thing about wine? Like, Ollie always gets me to choose if we're having wine. I'm always the one who has to choose. And we always used to just choose the third cheapest. And then they bring the bottle, and then they give you the glass, and I always have to test it. And I have no idea, apart from I can taste if it's corked. But apart from that, I don't know if it's Goodyear, if this, if that. I've got no idea. Like, I feel like such an imposter.
Well, you shouldn't. I think there's too much snobbery around wine.
Yeah.
I think if you enjoy it, if you like it, that's the important thing. But yeah, you should talk to Amy Dunn. She's the sommelier and she's composed the wines for Finca Cambenate, which is another of my favourite hotels.
Oh my goodness, you
Cambenate.
just got some good little contacts there, haven't you?
Yeah, and we have another hotel that's really nice, and it's just down the road from us. So we like to go there for a meal, which was always called La Reserva Rotana. It's got 9-hole golf course.
Oh yeah.
It's now called Rotana La Reserva.
Okay.
Which is a bit confusing because they haven't changed their social media yet.
No.
So it's a bit confusing. They've changed owners. It used to be owned by a German. I think she was some sort of noble person. And it's now been sold to a family from Singapore.
Uh-huh.
And this winter it will close and be completely renovated into a kind of resort.
Oh.
And then thereafter, apparently, it will be open year round. Which makes sense. They've got a golf course. When do you want to play golf? Winter.
Yeah, definitely not
Not
August.
in the summer. So yeah, I'm very much in favour of rural hotels, and some of them have got good restaurants.
If someone only had 24 hours in Mallorca to eat, what would be your recommendations? Doesn't have to be fancy, 5-star. What would you say? To get the full Mallorca experience.
For the full Mallorca experience, I think possibly do a terracore thing, terragust, because that is very Mallorcan. So if you really wanted a Mallorcan experience, if you're in Palma, I would suggest Vida Meva. Have you been to Vida Meva?
No, I'm really ashamed of myself. There's loads of places I haven't been to.
Vida Meva is...
Where's that?
That's... it's in the old town. It's difficult. It's very near where we have our writers' meeting.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we've been for lunch a few times there.
Oh, is it good?
It's excellent. €23.
God,
this
you
is
go
in
to
Palma.
the best places.
With 3 courses, bread and water.
Why am I not just going out with you all the time?
Well, you're welcome
€23.
to. €23 in Palma. It's nearly always locals. It's full. You have
What
to
kind
book
of
ahead.
food do you get there?
It's Mediterranean food. And if I tell you that Tony Martorey, who owns it and is the chef, used to work for Mark Foch.
Okay, I'm in. What's the name of this
It
place
gives you
again?
an idea of the quality of the food. It's Vida Meva.
Vida.
Yes, Meva.
M-A.
My life. MEVA. Meva.
MEVA.
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah.
Vida Meva.
It's named after their daughter, Vida Meva, their life.
Sweet.
They only open at lunchtime, Monday to Friday. They
Okay.
don't open for dinner. They don't open at the weekend.
You know, because there's so many overrated places, aren't there? I mean, it's a really tough. In our Facebook group, people are always asking recommendations for places that I can go where I can see the sea and I can have here we go, traditional Spanish food overlooking the sea. You're just like, you will not get traditional hang on, the missing word was affordable. The affordable traditional Spanish food overlooking the sea in the southwest anyway, you will not get it.
No,
you will not get it
no.
unless you're willing to shell out. I mean like like shell out a lot of money, because there's so many crappy places out there that are just basically feeding the visitors, and then they'll shut down in the end of October, and they don't really care if you enjoy your food or not, because they're not interested. They don't see you as a returning customer.
Yeah.
So these sorts of places that you're recommending, they're like deeper into the island. They're more likely, they rely on the local business. That's like, they're going to be a better experience all around, aren't they?
Yes. And I'll mention another one, which is near the sea, but not overlooking the sea, but 2 minutes walk, if that. And that's in Colònia, Sant Pere.
Okay.
And it's called Can Kiwi. And it's run by a lovely Italian guy called Alessandro.
Where's the kiwi come from then?
I'm not quite sure. I think it's because it's healthy food. Maybe
Okay.
it's that. They also have a branch in Ibiza. And it's organic stuff. They have sourdough bread from an artisan bakery.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah, it's lovely. And they do a menu del dia, which I think is about 16, 17 euros.
See, this all sounds very affordable to me. This
Yeah.
is okay prices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good prices. Some of them are good. I can tell you plenty of places that are a lot more expensive.
You know, the place that I was talking to someone the other day about it, and we were saying like Santa Catalina, like the area in Santa Catalina in Palma, it's just like oversaturated now with overpriced, not very good places to go to. Yeah. And that actually there are other, better, secret places that people know about in Palma in particular.
In Palma, yeah. Well,
I'm going to say it out loud. I'm going to say Blanquerna.
Yeah.
Have you ever been up Cayo Blanquerna?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's some good places up there.
Shouldn't tell anybody about it. But it's because it's this great road. It's more or less pedestrianised. There are bike tracks on it, so you have to be careful because you're going to get run over by a scooter. But there's some great places to eat up there, and they are and that's proper like regular people prices as well. Yeah. I think, which is really important.
And it has quite a village feel. It feels very villagey. I like
old ladies walking their dogs, children playing. You know, it's got a really nice vibe.
Yeah.
So if you go up there, don't tell anybody.
All right.
Anyone else.
I'm going to give you another couple of places in Palma because I think Palma's become very expensive.
Yes.
And not always very good. Gigi's.
Oh,
I know.
That's fun.
I was so embarrassed because it's an Italian place. It's tiny.
Oh, is this the place you were telling me about before? It's like you're almost going to fall upon it.
Yes. Yeah. And I went in one day, and there's a really attractive, nice young lady. I said, "Oh, you must be Gigi." Because of your daughter being Gigi, I've just assumed, made a wrong assumption there. She said, "No, that's my husband. Her name's Jackie."
And he's called Gigi.
He's called Gigi. Giorgio, I guess.
Giorgio, yeah.
He's Italian. So
Gigi's short for Georgina Gwendolyn. We didn't name her that, you know. That's what she ended up with.
That's what he ended up with, Gigi's. So that's good. It's a reasonable price. And then a place, Basic. You've probably heard of Basic Restaurant.
I have, again, not eaten in it.
Again, it's a place you won't walk past if you're a visitor. It's off Aragon, near Corte Inglés, the big Corte Inglés.
The big one.
Yeah.
And Aragon is where?
It's the one that goes out behind Corte Inglés.
Towards Manacor.
Towards the Via Cintura.
Yes, because the Cayo Manacor is sort of 90 degrees, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so north. It's going north.
So Basic, Bar Basic.
What kind of food do they do?
Well, the owner and chef is German. He used to be the chef at St. Regis Mar
Basic doesn't mean good?
I know.
It's a bit of a weird choice.
It's a strange name, but it works for them. Their lunch menu is €18.50.
Again, good price.
Good price, nice clean place, always full of business people.
Yep.
No, not Germans, interestingly.
No, German chef though.
Oh, German chef, yeah.
Good. I mean, I tend to have a kind of...
You get decent portions. You can't leave a German hungry.
Don't leave a German hungry. You heard it here. And I've got hygienic. I meant. I was telling somebody the other day. We found this great Argentinian place. It's really good food, like loads and loads of grilled meat. And she's like, "But is the kitchen clean?" I was like, "I hadn't even thought about if the kitchen was clean. You know, it didn't even occur to me that would be a thing that would be bothering you. I'm just, well, what does it taste like?
Yeah, sure.
Because
kitchen cleanliness.
Yeah. Basics is all right.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's a super little clean place, and you can see him working in the kitchen, so which is always good.
There is a place in Magaluf on the roundabout next to the water park. For a while, it was like a family restaurant. It was run by this English family, and they were very sweet, but I think probably deluded because I mean they were just it just wasn't going to work. The concept wasn't going to work. There weren't enough people going to this thing, and so they shut up and went and left, and I don't know what they're don't know what they're doing. But a bar opened up there in that same building, and it was called Depression.
Good name.
And they painted it grey.
Ooh.
And it was just like, ooh.
How strange.
Because it's on the corner of Magaluf, you know, like it's footfalls, all English-speaking people who can read, you know.
Yeah.
Depression. Are you going to go to Depression later for a drink? No.
I'm in depression.
But I mean, I think it should have been pronounced Depresión. But it was spelled Depression.
How strange.
Yeah.
What's in a name? Yeah, Basic. That's a bit of a misleading name because it is very nice. And one more?
Yes.
Got another one in Palma.
Come on then.
This one's a little walk through the Parc de ses Estacions.
Okay, where the train is.
Yeah, and the first time I did this, the first time I'd ventured beyond that park, and it feels like a completely different place.
Yeah.
But there's a Greek restaurant there
Oh, I like Greek food.
called Palet, Palet, and I think it's about 14 or 15 euros.
No way. Okay.
They have it's Greek Mediterranean, the menu del dia, and then a very Greek a la carte. Prices are pretty good.
How do you find all these places?
I spend a lot of time on Instagram. Richard always says to me, "How did you find this place then?" And I'm like, "Well, I was on Instagram." Probably spend too much time on it.
What are you looking for on Instagram that's finding all these little gems?
Well, I'm always looking. I look at the pictures, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for places that are getting good reviews, good comments, and always trying to find places around where we live, of course.
Yeah.
Because I'm the driver, and I don't want to be driving long distances all the time.
Yeah.
I do it sometimes. I've been up to Alcudia. We'll go over to Soya, that area, although not this summer.
No thanks.
Maybe in the winter when everything's closed.
Shirley comes down now and again. We're going to see her in September. And, Soya is such a cool place to be, but it's rough to get into if you are, unless you just forget the tunnel and just go the windy way, that's the only option really, unless you want to sit in a traffic jam.
Yeah.
But, well, it'll be all over when the kids go back to school.
Yeah, hopefully it'll get a bit better. Because I love Soya and Porto Soya, but I don't like spending time in crowds, and I don't like having to go looking for parking.
No.
Parking's not my best skill, as Richard would attest.
Oh, but he's the passenger, so passenger princess can just STF you,
yes,
frankly.
Yes.
The other thing I think is that when you're looking on, when you're visiting the island or you're new to an area, people will check things like TripAdvisor and Google reviews, and sometimes I'm going to say they're not that accurate.
No, they're not accurate.
Because I do a couple of restaurant marketing for a couple of restaurants, and you can see the bad reviews are always written by their competitors, and it's not always, but very frequently written by people that they've either they've made to feel jealous, or they just want to push their Google ratings down or something so it's very difficult to know what's a good place and what's not a good place. So getting a bit more of a balanced view from somebody who's experienced would be, I think it's really good.
Yeah, but also things like Mallorca, where people put down their views and recommendations.
Yeah, it's a bit more they've got no side. They're not going to get anything out of giving a good review or saying this was this and that was that. I went to a restaurant the week before last, in Colònia.
Oh.
Gigi was doing a free diving course, and we went up there. The first day she drove herself up, and the second day we all went up because it was a 2-day course. And we thought, well, we'll go up, and after you've finished, we'll go for lunch, because it was 6 hours swimming.
Oof.
I know, it's a lot.
Be starving after that.
Yeah, exactly. I said, well, I'm going to feed you. Let's get some food in you. But I said, let's go for paella, because it'll be the afternoon, because obviously it's a sin to eat paella in the evening, so you have to eat it in the afternoon. So I looked on TripAdvisor, and I found a place, and it was 3rd rated best restaurant in Colònia. I booked it for 3 o'clock. We all tottered down there at 3 o'clock. We were actually a tiny bit early. Sat down, and this waiter was in such a rush. It was well, we booked the table for 3, so what's the problem? And he said, the kitchen's closing at 3:30. It's yeah, okay. And he said, you don't want paella, do you? And I was yes, we do. It was and it was off.
No.
And it was just so stressed. It's if you don't want us to eat here, then it would have been great to not let us make the reservation.
Yeah, sure.
And then, so we ordered the food. It was just a simple paella mixta with bread and olives and alioli, and Gigi had some water, Oli had a beer, we got a bottle of wine. It was all, life was going to be okay. Yeah, and then this man arrives with the paella, puts it down on the table. As he's putting it down on the table, knocks my glass of wine into the paella.
Oh no!
So all of the wine is settling on top of the on top of the rice.
Oh no!
Gets a servietta, my servietta, soaks up the wine.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Soaks up the wine, takes my glass, which was also in the paella, and the napkin, and goes away. Comes back, looks at us and says, "You didn't want me to serve it as well, did you?" And I'm just like, "Oh my God."
Well, there's a place you won't go back to.
Oh boy. So I said, "Yes, we do want you to serve it," because that's what you'd expect from paella. They serve you, and then they're supposed to like do it, because when you order a paella for 3, there should be enough for a bit of seconds. So they're supposed to give you like, each person should get, their serving plus whatever, like, however they've divvied out the prawns and whatever, the bits and bobs that come with it. He just like it was like being at school dinners. Like he was like on the plates. He cleared the paellero, the pan, like completely emptied it. So we just had this like mountain of food on our plates, inelegantly served. He didn't bring me a napkin. He didn't bring me back a napkin, a clean one. And he, instead of offering me a glass of wine to recover the glass of wine that he just poured in my dinner, he just took the bottle of wine and filled a new glass up. It was just like, mate.
That's appalling.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
This was like the 3rd best restaurant in Calarajada.
Oh dear.
Not in my books, love. He got a stinker. I just wrote what I'd experienced and said, the food was okay, the service was terrible. Because everyone can make a mistake. Like restaurants can have bad days, like you said.
Yeah.
Anyone can drop a glass, anyone can do that. It's what you do when you've made the mistake that recovers the situation for the person.
Yeah.
And I can make a paella at home, I can cook a steak at home. We're pretty good cooks. The only thing we can't really do that well is like really, really technical curries, that sort of thing, at home. So the reason we're going out to eat is for the experience, not the food, And I was like, I was really mad. And so there was no tip. And I feel bad, like an English person would. I feel bad when I don't tip, And I was just like, I'm not tipping. And he wouldn't, and he didn't come back. Is the food okay? There was nothing. It was just like, okay, just bring us the bill. Yeah. We're going.
That sounds horrible.
It was just, it just brings it down.
Yeah.
Because there's partly the chef has made a nice plate of food, but it's the waiter's responsibility to make sure that the diner, the customer,
enjoys it. Yeah,
has a good experience, and he just couldn't care less. This man.
I think that's where quite a few restaurants fall down on this island. Yeah, you've got places. I can't sort of name any offhand, but
I'm not going to say the name of this one.
No, they've got some beautiful interiors, lovely designs. They've got really fancy plates and nice glasses. And everything's lovely. The food's okay, but the service isn't always there. And that's why I think we've got this rush of American people coming in to stay in Mallorca. And it's a lovely place to visit. But the standards are not... The service standards are not really up to scratch in lots of places.
Yeah, but there is definitely as I understand it, in America, the hospitality industry, it runs on tips.
Yes.
So they are incentivized to make sure that you have a great time, because your experience is going to be reflected in how much money you give them.
Yeah, sure.
And also, but there's also like a expectation about how much you're going to tip, like 20% or something crazy. Like it's quite a lot.
Yes.
But here, they don't care, because they're on a fixed, continuous, you can't sack me ever contract, and they just don't care.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a shame. But none of the restaurants that we're talking about today, we would say, like, there's all of the places that you're recommending. I'm assuring people that they're all going to have a good time.
Yes.
We're never going to recommend somewhere that we've had a bad time at.
No.
But it was I'm going to say, TripAdvisor and Google reviews can be very misleading.
Yeah, I did write an article for a magazine once about TripAdvisor, and it was quite interesting. It's a long time ago, I can't remember all the details. But there were, I've seen TripAdvisor reviews for a restaurant that say, oh, the pie, the pizza was awful, and it's a restaurant that doesn't serve pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
there are things like that. People don't really remember where they've been. I mean, I've had visitors here, and even with Richard sometimes, he'll say, yeah, that was a really nice dinner. What was the name of that restaurant? People don't take a notice.
One of these restaurants I was telling you about that I do the marketing for, I run the Instagram and the Facebook and that sort of stuff, so I'm communicating with the clients, like when there's a message, I'm the person who's answering, not the manager or the waiter or whatever, it's me. And back in the beginning of June, I think it was, there was this woman who sent us a message, and she was complaining about an incident that had happened in the restaurant. And she was basically blaming or accusing the waiter at the time of racism towards her. And I was like, okay, this sounds really bad. Give me more details. Let's figure out what happened. And as she started to give me more details, I said, well, what did you have to eat? And what table were you at? And, I was digging in to what had actually happened. And over the course of me asking her questions and her answering them so we could figure out who the waiter was and what turns out it wasn't actually at the restaurant that I was representing. It was next door.
Oh, no.
So it's just as well she didn't write a Google review blaming the waiter for being a racist, So it is, you're right, people don't, and she's like, oh my God, I'm really sorry. I said, well, I'm glad that we were able to clear up that it wasn't the restaurant that I'm representing, because I personally would be mortified if that happened. So I'm sorry that happened to you, and go and talk to that restaurant. It's like, phew.
Yes. Yeah. Dealing with complaints is not easy, is it, really?
Yeah. When you did PR in hotels, what was that like? Did you have to do any of that?
No, I was mainly doing press relations. We had a person dealing with complaints.
Yeah.
We did just get some interesting complaints, But one of my best friends was she was doing the customer relations for Pontins.
Oh my goodness.
And I worked for Pontins for a while. I was PA to the managing director.
Wow.
Who was an awfully posh man, the last man on the planet that you would expect to go and stay in Pontins. And my friend, she was really good. She was a really good PR person in terms of public relations rather than press relations. And we used to get the most horrendous complaints. Things like mushrooms growing on the headboard.
Ooh.
And the walls being so thin that you can hear next door, a couple next door having a fun or a fight. But she spent a lot of time sending out vouchers and things. So, difficult job. I think you have to be a certain type of person. But we went to stay in, before I met Richard, we used to come here and go to Esmolly Hotel in Deià.
Oh.
We had a few summer holidays there, and we came in July and August generally.
Blimey.
July or August. It was very hot.
Surrounded by the Trustafarians.
And while we were there, the air conditioning in our room broke down. So I left it to Sally to sort out. And she had this wonderful phrase, I'm sure you'll have a way of compensating us. I turned up a bottle of champagne and an ice bucket. She was very good at that sort of thing. So you need a good friend who's very good at...
I'm sure you'll have a way of compensating us.
Yes. That's a good phrase to remember.
Yes. I'll have to get it in other languages, though. So finally, let's go back to the 24-hour thing. Apart from recommending the places that you were talking about in Palma and going to Terragust, what would you say is something that shouldn't be missed if you were just coming to the island for a very short period of time?
Oh, it's such a difficult question. It's like when people say, what's the restaurant you would recommend? It's really hard.
I know.
It depends on budget. It depends on the mood. It depends whether you want to see the sea.
Let's go 5-star. Go 5-star.
Let's go 5-star.
Let's go 6-star. Let's go 7-star.
Okay. That's quite tough. I think Bensdavai is really beautiful.
I've heard so many things about Bensdavai.
The views from Bensdavai, it's tucked away at the end of a lane, so it feels like the sort of place you could go and have an affair. Not that I would do that, but if you went with your partner, Although, of course, you'd end up on Instagram these days, wouldn't you? It's like going to a Coldplay concert. You've got to behave yourself. So, yeah, it's that sort of place. It's romantic. It's got fabulous views.
And the food's amazing.
The food's amazing. And it's got a history. And one of the things I like about restaurants here in particular is places that have a history. Because some places open and a year later they've gone. And that's why I tend to go to places that are quite established.
If people want to read more about the places that you're recommending, can they see those things on your blog?
Yes, some of them on my blog and also on Mallorca Sunshine Radio website.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about that, have we? We should
Which has
talk about
probably
that.
got 200 or 300 restaurants on it.
So you do you do a spot every week, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And
yeah.
so, like, what was this week's, for example? Can you remember?
Oh yeah, it was Tarragoost actually.
Hey, Tarragoost got lots of name drops.
Yeah, because I just believe it's a fantastic thing. And the owner of Tarragoost, during COVID, when we were in the middle of the countryside, we never saw a soul. It was quite in many ways it was fine, but I craved seeing another human being. And Matteo, the owner, he put together veggie boxes for €15 and he would deliver them. So he would stand at the gate, pass them over, and you get all these things that you hadn't ordered, but they were like, oh, things I haven't cooked before.
Yeah.
And
our local garden centre did that, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just thought that was lovely, a really lovely thing to do. And I think what he's created there, because they've got a farm shop you can go to, and behind the farm shop in this massive greenhouses just outside Manacor is a little restaurant called Degusta. And again, it's all Mallorcan stuff. It's all cooked on their produce. It's all made in the kitchen, which you can see. I love it.
What's not to like?
It's authentic.
Yeah.
It's authentic.
And healthy.
And healthy.
Mediterranean diet's good for you.
Yeah, it is. And, I think as we all get older, we start to think about healthy things. Like the chips at Crew.
Hang on a minute. No, chips are good for you because they make you happy.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like an antidepressant.
It is. It's good for the serotonin.
So people can get more information about this on the Mallorca Sunshine Radio website.
Yes.
Which is?
MallorcaSunshineRadio.com.
.com, darling.
.com, and then you go to there's a section that says Mallorca, and when you click on that, there's restaurants.
And that's all you?
Yeah.
Just knocking them out?
Knocking them out.
Wow.
Getting bigger every week.
That's a problem, though, isn't it, if you're a food writer?
Yeah.
I mean, how can you avoid it?
Yeah, I think the thing is that when we're eating at home and I'm cooking at home, I try to do healthy stuff. Apart from my homemade ice cream, which isn't very healthy, but treat. One has to have a treat.
You make homemade ice cream?
I do, yes. We're tucking into raspberry ice cream at the moment. Made it on Sunday. It's mwah.
Have you got an ice cream maker?
I have. One of the best things I bought for my kitchen.
So it does all the swirly twirly business for you?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried making, what did Ollie make? It was like a cheesecake ice cream, lemon cheesecake ice cream.
Ooh.
Now our ears are pricked up.
Yes, I've done Eton mess ice cream, which was really nice.
With meringue in it.
Yeah. Strawberries and making me hungry.
And then there's also eat,
drink, sleep.
Well, I'm going to get more. Eat, drink, sleep. Why did you do it that way around? Eat, drink, sleep, Mallorca.
Because you eat and you drink and then you sleep.
Don't do it the other way around, or there'll be a scene in the restaurant. But you're going to get back to blogging more.
Yes. I think as I get a bit closer to producing this memoir about living here, because we've been here for 21 years, I think now's the time to do it, really.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, for me, I don't think I could write a memoir because I can't remember what I did yesterday. So I'm just like...
I keep a diary.
I'm not... Oh, do you?
I do.
Every day?
Every day. Some days, I don't write that much, but I do write every day.
Really?
I'm very good. I record the temperatures and I record how much exercise I've done.
Really?
Not a lot. And how many units of alcohol I've had.
How many years have you been keeping a diary?
Well, I've got more serious about it in the past 2 or 3 years, but I've kept a diary since I worked at the BBC, really, because they gave you a free diary.
Nice.
Nice hardback diary. It's got me into the habit.
I get very frustrated with my diary because I like I've got this kind of idea that I need to fill the book from the beginning to the end. And then I'll get annoyed with it by about March. And then I'll get another one. I'll buy one that's like one of those academic diaries. So it starts in June. And then I'll be annoyed with it again. So I probably buy 3 or 4 diaries a year.
Must love you.
I know, but I always need to start on page 1, you see. I don't like starting in the middle.
Right, okay.
That's not a mental health condition or anything, but there's something wrong there. But I just want a perfect list, and I have to accept that perfect lists don't exist.
No, they don't. And sometimes, occasionally, I get really annoyed if I've written something on the wrong date.
Oh,
like
yes.
2 pages sort of stuck together.
That annoys me too.
Damn. So I had to cross it all out. Yeah. Now it looks messy.
Yeah. Tipex is my friend. Yeah, but I've got a long-term, like you want to write books. I want to write the world's best productivity journal. That's my thing, you know.
I'd be up for one of those.
I'm constantly redesigning it and trying to work out how to do it best. But then I realise that not everybody's trying to do everything like I am. You know, other people are doing stuff that maybe is 9 to 5.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to
you work
juggle
hard. You've got lots of balls
all
in the air.
time. Yeah, but I've got a lot of people I kind of answer to. So I don't know how to design that. It's just like one chaotic list. That I like wake up in 3 o'clock in the morning and write something else down.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, dear, that's not healthy.
I'm sleeping through most days at the moment, so that's all right. But, yeah.
Magnesium, that's what you need.
Ashwagandha.
Oh.
Yes, that's a good one. And a regular... this is not not a wellness podcast, but ashwagandha is helping me. Will you come back and see me in, say, I don't know, next month, 6 weeks' time?
Absolutely, yes.
Come and tell me about your adventures.
Be a pleasure. I'll be able to tell you about El Coto.
Oh, that would be lovely.
And whether it's changed since last year.
And you know what? By then, hopefully, Ollie and I will have gone somewhere for a couple of days. Because our daughter's got some friends coming. We thought it'd be nice to, get out of the house before...
I'll tell you a good place you might like, which is the Robinson Club.
Oh, I've heard about that.
At Cala Serena. It's German-owned, despite the Robinson name.
Sunbeds at dawn.
But it's got a couple of pools, it's got an indoor spa, it's got lots and lots of sports facilities.
Is it adults only?
No, that's a good point.
Somebody told me, don't go anywhere that's not adults only. But in August
I don't remember
September.
actually seeing any kids there, but I could be wrong. So,
well, okay, I'll check him out. Robinson Club,
Cala Serena.
And until then, thank you very much, Janet Edwards, for coming in, sitting in our studio with me.
In your sauna.
It's getting warm now, isn't it? But you haven't got the fan out, so I'm quite impressed with you.
No, I'm all right, actually. I'm fine.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I did come in 2 hours before to try to get the aircon to bring the temperature down. It does get hot in here in the summer because of the big windows.
Yeah. Well, it's a very impressive facility. And thank you very much for having me on the podcast.
Thank you so much for coming. I love you.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for listening. Listen, we need your help. If you don't mind, would you please subscribe wherever you got this podcast? You can find it in most places, Spotify, iTunes, all the rest of them. Just click subscribe, and if you get a chance to leave us a review and you'd like to leave us a good one, we won't stand in your way. And something for you. If you'd like to get our monthly newsletter, then visit our website. That's Mallorca-Mallorca.es. That's Mallorca with a J, -Mallorca-ES. And follow the link there. And if you'd like to ask us a question, send us a DM to our Facebook or Instagram channels. And wherever you get your podcasts, if you see the show notes, you'll see the links for everything you need. Thanks for listening. See you next time.